Hello, fleet-footed tubers, and welcome back to our solo challenge runs of Final Fantasy 1, Dawn of Souls, the Game Boy Advance version, playing as the Thief Baku, with me, BlueAnkylo. So last episode, we did a pretty good job of stealing the crown, killing Astos, and dealing with all of our starter area quest, basically, and we've freed ourselves into the open world. We've got access to the Rune Blade, the Worm Killer, and all the Melman Crescent Lake style equipment. And got a full set of high potions, that's rather helpful. That's pretty much it, not much else to talk about. For the music today, I've also included some original Final Fantasy 1 songs into the playlist, just for fun, right? So, let's get started here. I think at level 24... we should be strong enough to kill the vampire and do the whole Rod Sarda quest thingamajigger, Ruby Rod quest, whatever you want to call it. We are getting 6 attacks per round, which is pretty crazy, especially if you remember the old days in the NES. I'm certainly not willing to say that I like the Thief yet, but he's definitely got a couple plus ones. Alright, we got some spiders. I did bring some antidotes, right? Please tell me I brought a few antidotes. Yeah, I got lots of antidotes. Okay, so, let's start the Earth Cave. Now, I don't think there's any treasure I want to pick up for a solo thief. I guess I could try to pick up the Coral Blade if I'm feeling really gutsy, but I don't think there's anything else in here that we can even really equip. So, it's kind of one of those dungeons where you just rush to the boss. Not that that's very unusual for a solo Final Fantasy 1 run. So for the most part, I'll be avoiding everything on floor 1 and 2. I suppose if we really need experience later, I might show you the giant alley. Or maybe we'll go to the Power Peninsula and do a little level grinding if we need to. I don't know, we'll see how I feel. Alright, so basically, in the Earth Cave, if you're... maybe new, maybe you skipped my other solo challenges, and this is the first one you've ever seen. But anyway, the point is, this dungeon, the first 2 floors are basically freebies. There's nothing you can't run away from. There's nothing that can instantly kill you. You could still die to, the gargoyles hit fairly hard, and there's a couple enemies that are tough. That was a terrible level up, by the way. I just noticed that I got no stats and only 3 HP. But it's the 3rd floor where things really ramp up. And, as much as I try not to overuse the in-game save system for the Game Boy Advance, I feel like on this floor, it's just going to save us a lot of time on the recordings, because any encounter like this could theoretically kill us, stunlock, you're dead, game over. So yeah, that'll happen. And at least we don't have to redo the first 2 floors every time. But, you know, if it gets really obnoxious, I'll save midway through the floor, just to save some time. But I feel like at least the first couple rounds, I like to show off what it's like to really do the Earth Cave. Give you that, that warm, fuzzy feeling that every step of the way you're going to die terribly. So yeah, the reason I'm not escaping from the wizards or Pisco Demons is, unless I'm completely confused, they are an unrunnable encounter. At least they were in the NES version, and I assume that transfers over here. So, luckily, the Thief seems to be approximately strong enough to survive 4 of them. If they can come in larger groups, well, GG. This is more the group that's a problem, though. Any groups of whites and gas that are like 6 to 9, it's pretty much you're dead on a solo run. And I don't... like, I'm kind of curious, because we've already done the solo warrior or solo fighter. I'm kind of curious to see how the Thief stacks up, because your physical defense doesn't really make any difference against these kinds of enemies. But your evasion and your ability to run from battle is kind of the only thing that will help. High agility, so maybe you get your turn quicker, and high evasion so you just don't get hit at all. So I'm kind of curious to see if our Thief can do a better job evading the paralyzed death than the fighter could. He's not off to a great start, to be fair. He's strong enough to fight the wizards, but just barely. The fighters, because they had so much more defense thanks to the better armor, I like to kill these guys for experience, but we're probably just gonna die, so. But yeah, you know, the fighter was a little bit more reliable against the Pisco demons. The thief was strong enough, so that's fine. But so far they seem tied on. Every time you find whites and gas, you're just dead. Okay, so we made it to the boss. You should probably save it here, but I'm just gonna live life dangerously, and if I die, then next time I'll save. Just to show off more and more content for no reason. The vampire is fairly strong. That's the problem, though. He's got the gaze attack special ability, and once you're stunned, you're toast. The fighter, on the other hand, at least could take a couple hits from the vampire. Like, he certainly could still be killed, and probably did die a couple times. But the thief just has so little defense. As soon as the vampire starts smacking him, there's just no chance. So okay, this is starting to get a little bit old. I think I know the problem, as always. Oh good, you get to see this first too. Well, at least we escaped. But yeah, there's nothing explicitly here that level grinding would help with. We're in a situation where we're just fighting status ailments and random luck. So getting to a higher level first, I don't really think would make a significant difference in this battle. I suppose it's possible that the more agility you have, the better your chances of preemptive strike or faster turns and more evasion. But I expect the differences are relatively small because, you know, you'll still just get turned to stone in one shot. So we'll be trying to speed through this area. I don't want to spend the whole episode on the 3rd floor of the Earth Cave. So, I have a feeling... Like, I'm sure if you want to be, like, hardcore Iron Man, you could eventually beat it without having to use any saves. But, feels like we're running into a white or gassed fight or a cockatrice battle, maybe 1 in 4 or 1 in 3 here. And they're basically an instant death. There's, like, pretty much nothing I can do. You can't run, you can't kill them. It's just game over. So, we need to get not killed so that we can get a little bit further into this dungeon. This is, I honestly kind of think the encounter rate and stun locking is worse in the Dawn of Souls version. I'm pretty confident that I had fewer problems with this on the NES version. Obviously, I still died many times, but this is a little bit much. So I want to get about halfway, which is about here. And assuming the wolves don't kill me, I'll put a save here, because, like, come on. So I feel a little bit dirty by backtracking on my promise to not use saves, but like I said, you could surely roll the dice and just keep trying it long enough that eventually the bat would move out of your way and you'd make it to the boss. You'd make it through eventually, but it looks like these fight... Ooh, we escaped one for the first time ever. First time on record, the thief doesn't die. Okay, so... Obviously, like, if you want to be a no reload save scummer, you know, I'm sure there's a way to do it, but this is for a Let's Play, so, you know, I have kind of slightly different priorities, you know, like I want to get to the end of the game before Christmas, because we're going to die to the vampire a few times, and it took like 10 tries to get to the vampire, so... Yeah, as soon as the hold spell doesn't work, he dies in 2 rounds. So, there was no level deficiency. There's really nothing we could do to prepare for this better. The only choice you have is whether or not you put saves down every step. And I don't like that that's my solution to it, but I just don't really have any better options, I guess. So I'm going to save it again on the way out. We'll try to make it out legit without saving on the way, but... I mean, see how frustrated I get. Unfortunately, you can't progress in the Earth Cave after you kill the vampire. If you're new to the series, it just means there's a staircase down, but it's blocked by a evil plate, I guess. And hey, those orange slimes, they're called ochres in this game. They're actually a very rare enemy that you often never run into. You usually find the other slimes, the black, silver... What else is there? Yellowish, green. Oh, I can't run. Right. That may have killed me. Oh, that was close. I thought I might have just messed that up. Wasted a turn trying to run. But yeah, the orange-colored, I think they're called oozes in the original game. Hope this is survivable as well. Looks like we got a little bit lucky. If the Pisco Demons did like 2 hits, critical hits, I'm pretty sure they could still kill us before we could kill them. 4 of them, basically. But yeah, the orange ones, I mean, I don't know how, they're not as rare as like T-Rexes and Warmechs, but they're definitely, that was lucky. They're definitely one of the encounters that, like if you're trying to fill out the bestiary, they're the kind of enemies that you might have missed on your way through if you're just playing casually with a group of 4, where you don't have to see a billion extra encounters because you die all the time. Sorry, Thief. You suck. It's the name of the game. But, I mean, just look at the number of the amount of time put into this remake compared to a solo NES Thief run. This is not nearly as bad overall, even if I'm a little bit complaining about some of the encounter rates and status locking that we're getting hit by. I'm not sure what the deal was, but I felt like in the original, the solo Thief had a better chance of just straight up evading first turn before the ghouls and ghosts and whatever they're all called could actually stun lock him. Or the fighter, when I was playing as the fighter, would at least sometimes shrug off the paralyze and have a chance to actually get a turn, either killing one or trying to run away. Feels like in the Dawn of Souls version, that basically never happens. Once you're stun locked with a big group, you're done. That's my feeling. Again, Shadows, if you... I mean, I'll probably say the same thing most times as I'm going through the game, because I'll be fighting the same enemies just with a different class, but Shadows are probably the nicest undead, because they're basically pointless. They don't do any damage. Their status effect is dark, which doesn't really make much difference. Probably lowers your accuracy a little bit. I mean, it does, but not enough to really be noticeable. Like, you might miss another attack or 2, but if you're getting 6 attacks, you're still going to hit most of them anyways, so, like, it doesn't really matter. What else was there? They give a bit of experience, nothing crazy, but you can run from them or you can kill them all. It's not a big deal. They're also, like, weak to fire and holy and all that, so they're kind of nice, just easy kills. 360 experience. For this point in the game, it's nothing special. They're mostly just chaff, you know, they just get in the way. The large size enemies are almost always better from an experience standpoint. Yeah, that's like more than double the experience for the same number of enemies, right? And we still kill them in 1 hit each, so. If you're really, like, speed running, you end up running from almost everything. Unless you're specifically trying to get a level up for a certain boss or something. But speed running a solo challenge? Whew. That would be... see, a lot of your decisions would come down to, like... Do I want to die and reload 100 times to kill, you know, Astos or whatever, some boss? Or do I spend another hour trying to level grind? And I should have saved it. Save it recently, did I? Come on, Thief, get up. Get up. They're only doing like 3 damage. Wake up. See, this is the problem, right? Like, he never gets out of it. We probably went through like 20 rounds of combat, maybe 30 rounds of combat, and he just never got a chance to get in action. Shoot, I hate this area of the map. This happens to me all the time right after I pick up Sarda's Rod. Like, it's a relatively safe area most of the time, but this area does have ghouls and gas, and if you're playing solo... Oh, I saved right here. Did I pick up... Yeah, I got the Rod. Okay, so I actually did save. Oh, that's not bad. Good job. Good job, me saving in the background while I'm talking to you guys. It's a good habit, you know. Make sure you save your game after key plot progressions. Hey, a lesser tiger. They used to be called Saber-Tooth Tigers. They're, interestingly enough, the tigers, the blue ones are the Saber-Tooth Tigers, the yellow ones are normal tigers. They have some of the highest enemy critical rates in the original game. Relatively low base damage, but they have really good intrinsic critical chance. So even your mega fighter with super high defense, sometimes they'll get a crit on him and do a lot of damage. But he also tends to have a lot of HP, so it's fine. But it's one of those rare enemies that actually is better against your fighter than a squishy mage. You know, because the crit doesn't make much difference when they don't even have any defense anyway. Okay, so, level 27. What do I think here? We've got the Rod. I don't think we can kill the Lich. The Rune Blade will help. If I haven't tipped you guys off yet, the Lich is weak to this weapon, so I'd rather have -1 base attack and at the same time also dealing... I'm not sure if it's plus 50 or plus 100% damage, but it's better. So it might be worth... Now, I think I would like to get 1 more attack per round if I can pull it off. So let's go to the Giant Alley here, get ambushed and killed on our first fight. We're not quite strong enough to kill giants or hill gigases in 1 turn, so we might actually just lose here. Have to break out the healing items to not die. A little bit hard to level grind when you can barely win the fight. But yeah, I'd like to get to 7 attacks per round, and I don't think it'll take very long, because I have a feeling it's only going to be like 2 or 3 battles per level up right now. Yeah, if we're doing like 150 damage here, 170. Now, I suppose, strictly speaking, against these enemies, the Worm Killer's better, because they're not weak to... They're not mages. So I could get an extra +1 times 6 attacks. You know, it'll be slightly more likely to get a one-shot kill. Alright, level up, lots of HP, strength also, like, if you want to min-max, getting those strength points up, that's really helpful. Alright, so save. Okay, that was the level up that got us to 7 attacks, so... Is that enough to kill the Lich? What do I have to look forward to? If I got a whole bunch of level ups, like 6 or 7 more, I could probably get 8 attacks per round. That would take a while. Some level ups would give us some more HP. A larger H pool wouldn't hurt. Be nice to have 500 HP or something. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it at our current level. We just got a multiplier up for our attack rate, so we're not gonna get another multiplier for a while. And sadly, 8 hits is the max. The Thief hits it the quickest of all the characters in Dawn of Souls. The Thief gets the most accuracy the fastest, so he gets to the cap of 8 attacks per round really early. So it kind of pushes his power curve earlier into the game, so he hits his stride around low level 30s, I guess, maybe mid 30s. And then after that, his level ups are kind of less effective because he doesn't ever get 9 attacks or 10 attacks. Whereas the fighter, he's got, at this point in the game, probably like 4 or 5 attacks, and he's got a lot more level ups to go to get to his 8. So he keeps getting stronger into the late game. Now, that's not to say the extra HP, agility, and strength isn't a bad thing. It's just... point is, the Thief in Dawn of Souls was definitely rebalanced so that he hits his stride a lot earlier than he used to, which is great, because the ninja upgrade is good, and that'll give him another big buff into the late game. It's the early game, or... It's especially the Thief around the Earth Cave and the Volcano where he really sucks. He's bad enough at the early Garland Astos era, but for the Earth Cave and the Volcano, he's just useless. Like, in the NES version, he can't do anything. He can't really kill anything at that phase of the game. Oh, good. My favorite encounter. Well, it's good practice for knowing how to reset the console, right? Alright. Mummies can put us to sleep, so they can sort of stun lock, but the odds of it seem a bit less than the whites. The problem is these guys get like 3 attacks per round. Each one gets... That was 2 hits. We got lucky and escaped and didn't get stunned, but... you know, like I said, I think I talked about it earlier, I feel like there may have been a mechanic change between NES and Dawn of Souls in regards to status inflictions on hit. I don't know, like I haven't looked into it obviously, but it feels like maybe in the NES version it was 1 chance to paralyze per attack, like, you know, every enemy turn gets 1 attack. Well, if it hits you, it has 1 chance to paralyze you. Maybe the difference in Dawn of Souls is it's per hit. So if the whites hit you 3 times, each single hit has an extra chance to paralyze. So they've got 3 chances. You're basically screwed, because if you have 3 of them, that might be 9 chances to paralyze, plus an extra 5 from the whites. So that's kind of my working theory. Maybe one day I'll end up looking it up just for interest's sake. Wow, still just barely surviving the Pisco Demons. I'm just gonna start saving it because we've spent an awful lot of time this episode in the Earth Cave, and I don't really want to have to keep dying to Stunlock and reloading for too much longer. We've still got a long way to go to get to the Lich. And to be honest, I'm not even sure if we can kill the Lich, so this all could be for nothing. So. Maybe I should have got another 5 level ups or something. I'm not really 100%. I don't know the level breakpoints. That was a good long run with no encounters, by the way. I like that. But yeah, I don't know the breakpoints for what level what solo classes can do things. Because of the buffs to the bosses in Dawn of Souls. Let's try to kill them. Maybe slightly safer than trying to run, because there's, you know, you guaranteed kill 1 per attack, rather than maybe run and take 2 hits. Again, this is another fight I should probably just kill them. It looks like I'm actually going to get through this with just a little bit more luck. The Thief's primary stat. Come on. Come on, buddy. Alright. Maybe one more encounter that's really unlucky. Alright, we're on the final floor. That went actually pretty well. Better than trying to get to the vampire. Now, was that because we got a couple level ups? I don't think so. I think we just got better RNG. Better random numbers. Sometimes you just make a long distance travel with no encounters, and it looks easy. But technically, I remember for the NES game, there was some some random number seed manipulation where you could hard reset the game, die, reload. Like, there's tricks to basically get you on a path where the game knows no encounters for the next 100 steps, or, you know, whatever. And you can manipulate yourself to get to that phase, to get through a dangerous floor. I never got to the point of caring enough to memorize stuff like that. I just know it exists. Hopefully, the Dawn of Souls version doesn't actually use that, because I kind of feel like it's a cheap tactic. Alright, well, our first Fiend as Solo Thief. Let's put on some epic music for it. If I can find some. Surely somewhere in here. Boss music? Not last boss, just boss battle A. Alright. The mighty undead. Oh, yeah, I already made a mistake. I got the wrong weapon equipped. Okay, kill me. Actually, you know, pay attention. Look at the damage. 64. This is a learning opportunity. 39. 48. 28. So we're averaging maybe 50 damage. That's great. Really, really promising. Let's try with the Rune Blade, which is ostensibly 1 damage less per hit. This is not going to be good. I have a feeling we're going to have to level up a bit more, but let's see. So, first hit. 81. Nothing special yet. 100. First time we see 3 digits. 102. So yeah, 1 less damage, but definitely more damage overall than what we were getting. Unfortunately, paralyzed probably means we're dead. So, how are we going to take this guy down? I mean, we could try a few times. Maybe get lucky. I forget how many HP he has. See, that's about 200 damage. And then stun locked. I mean, we could theoretically try to heal up a bit. The problem is he has paralyze, right? So there's no healing when you're paralyzed. I don't know if it's worth spending very many turns trying to high potion, but 300 damage, that's a really good start. And then stun locked to death. That's really sad. 2 hits at 145 was really lucky. The problem is, he's probably got like 1,000 HP or something. I should maybe look it up. Just to see if there's any, like, we got to about 300 there. Probably 450 maybe? Avoided the stun there. Maybe getting close to 600 damage. 700, 750. Oh, come on. Kill him right here. Oh, that's over 800, I think. Oh, so close. Maybe I should have healed up. I don't know. I guess what I need to know is how many HP he has. And this file will know. I should really just keep a saved clear file in slot 3 that has all the enemies, so I can just look it up. 1200. So I think we've gotten to about 900 damage on him. Somewhere between 800 and 900. But that was a pretty lucky attempt. Well, again, it might be a bit easier with a couple more levels, but I think level 29 should be possible here. I wish we had a way to buff our attack power, even just a tiny little bit. Okay, 140, let's keep track. That's what worked on the Chaos fight, right? 280. Good numbers. 360. We're about a quarter of the way there. 430. Sleep Raw is pretty much... Oh yeah, sleep into paralyzed stun while we're alive, but there's no way we can do like 800 damage with 50 HP. So we'd have to heal up, and we're dead. So, you know, that's it. I'll try to use high potions when it makes sense. 112. Oh, 250. That was like 70, so 320, give or take. He's hasted, which is a problem. That's like 400 damage. We're like a third of the way there. That's not good. We're slowing down at not very far into it. Oof. I think I need to keep my HP above about 200, or else I'll just get... Well, as soon as hold hits, you're basically screwed anyway. Unless you break it like that. That was actually really good. I don't know. We're using a lot of high potions here, and we're not doing much damage. Slow is a death sentence, though, because now we're not going to be doing 100 damage. So basically, if we let him go long enough to slow us, if it hits, it's game over. So that's kind of why I don't like getting into the healing cycle, where you're just constantly wasting turns healing, and he's getting closer and closer to casting slow, at which point you lose. So 176 might be a new record. About 260, about 340 maybe, and then sleep, stunned, hasted, killed. Okay. Try 3 more times, and then we'll go level up a bit. I think it's possible, but 94... I don't know, the odds might just be so low right now that 150 damage and we're dead. Like, we got to 200 before I had to use a high potion. And then stun lock, death. Alright, well, 2 more tries, I guess. Dang, and I thought we had a chance. We had one really good run that got pretty close. And then, since then, just not even anything. 200 damage, sleeped, hasted, thundered. Yeah, so we get like to 200 damage, and then we have to use heal potions, high potions. And if stun ever hits, it's basically game over. Alright, one last try, I guess. Stick by my rule. 87. Well, I knew the Lich would be really hard with the Thief, so no surprise here. So we're about 260. Yeah, 300. He's got his haste up. About 400 damage. 450, give or take. 500 damage. Like, we're not even halfway there. Yeah, alright. I think I call it quits on killing him at 29. Mr. Thief is going to have to get some levels up, which means I guess the most efficient way is probably back to Giant Alley. I feel bad that we have to redo the floor over and over again. Good proof that if you had to redo the entire dungeon every time you fought the Lich, this would just take forever. I'm not even sure how I'm going to be able to escape his dungeon at this rate. Well, today's episode, we'll just call it Playing Around in the Earth Cave. Remember how quickly the fighters skipped through so much of this content? The Thief can't even survive one random encounter. Alright, we can kill trolls. Alright, I've broken down. After combat, we're gonna save it, because I'm not even trying to get to the boss now. I'm just trying to get somewhere where we can get some level ups. Wow. Alright, alright. At least this is, at least. It's definitely, confirming that Solo Thief is terrible. I'm glad to see that Solo Thief is as bad as I figured it would be. Hooray. Yeah, we're dead. Unless we get really lucky. We did not flee. We didn't get paralyzed. We fleed on the second turn. What is that? would be killed by 5 rather than 9. Should have saved it. Should have saved it. Alright, alright. Hope you enjoy watching a thief get just pummeled by the undead. Between the undead boss and the undead minions. Alright, like I said, we gotta get out of here. This is just going nowhere. Come on, bats, get on my way. Rats! I made a mistake. But again, I'm feeling like the only way we're gonna get this done in less than 5 days is a little bit of save. I mean, I don't consider it save scumming. You know, like, ooh, that's a lot of enemies. We'll try to fight this. Yeah, they don't even hit that hard. As long as you can't get stun locked, you're fine. You've got to level up even. Look at that. Did he give us any good stats? Okay, one thing that might have made a difference is, of course, after the good level up experience fight, I didn't save it, so then stun lock death. What was I trying to say there? One thing that may be making a bit of a difference here compared to my solo NES run, maybe I did save it. I did do level up stat manipulation on the NES solo thief because I knew how hard that would be, and I was kind of banking on Dawn of Souls Thief being easy enough that it wouldn't be necessary. Could have just run away on a preemptive strike, you know. What am I doing here? But I'm not even sure 100% how level up manipulations would work in a Dawn of Souls game. Maybe I should try it out just to see if it's plausible. Wow, that was fun. Even the mummies can stun lock you to death. So yeah, that's kind of maybe I'll try it on like the White Mage or something, just to see if it's something that can work. Ooh, escaping from cockatrice. Very nice. It is, like I said, you know, it's certainly possible that as we get level ups, we'll go first more often, we'll get preemptive strikes, and we'll escape. That's not really the big bottleneck, though. The big bottleneck is the Lich. With good luck, we can get to the Lich, obviously. But, I don't think we've really got any honest chance of killing him at our current level. Unless you just try it for 1,000 tries and then eventually get really great luck. You know, none of the status inflictions work. You don't get slowed. The boss can't. He'd need to fail his slow and also basically never get sleep or hold on you or paralyze. And if you get through the whole fight like that, you know, healing up a bit now and then, maybe you could fight him at lower levels, but somehow I just don't think my luck will hold that long. Got another level up. See, and that's the other thing, of course, like, we're at a situation where, because of how Dawn of Souls works, I'm going to try to see how much experience it takes to get from level 32 to 33 specifically. So we need to keep track 4,700 basically. And we are killing giants in one hit. So this is pretty safe now. So that's 2,000 experience from one fight. Yeah, not bad. We got lots of potions for the moment. This is the best fight in terms of most experience. Although I don't think the lizards give you enough to be all that. Like, I'd rather just fight 2 giants, really. Alright, so 621. I'm just going to subtract a number here after this fight and try to make sense of it. So 1,300. 1,900 minus about 600 is 1,300. So consider that we've already gained 1,300 experience towards the next level. So add that here. So I think level 32 to 33 would be a total of around 7,000. That's still only 3 or 4 fights. And I have always kind of had a basic rule of thumb for RPGs, especially RPGs that don't have battles that take 30 seconds introducing the environment and panning around the camera to show you everything. But when you're doing battles that go fairly quickly, especially if you can do save state, super speed, but as long as it takes like even less than 10 fights per level up, it's probably worth your time to get a few level ups, because that's pretty fast, right? As your XP demands get higher from the level curve, which is usually exponential, it becomes less and less worth your time to sit around and just kill the same enemies over and over again. But if you're getting a level up every few fights, like anything between like 5 and 10, I consider pretty easy. And sometimes worth it higher than that if it's a really tough boss you've got. But we're in a situation where we've got a really tough boss, and we can get a level up every like 5 fights or something for a while. So we'll be getting, like, I'm already level 33, right? Like, I'm not even hardly paying attention. And we will be, I guess we could probably get to like level 40 pretty quick here. Maybe that's what we'll do for this episode, and then next turn. I guess, you know, to be fair, now that I'm thinking back a few days, when we were playing Solo Warrior, I did have to do a little bit of off-camera grinding before we fought and managed to kill the Lich with him. Part of that was because I sold the Rune Blade. I think he would have had an easier time if I'd held on to that. Because I just used the Mithril Axe, which was good. But I think the Mithril... I think the Rune Blade would have actually helped the fighter out kill the Lich really a lot easier, like at a much lower level. So, if I ever retry the solo fighter, that's probably what I'll try. Let's get like one more level up. Because I'm kind of worried that the Thief is just... He just doesn't have the damage output. And he's not getting much extra damage per level up, right? Like, we're not talking plus a lot of strength here. Like, if you're keeping track, I think I went from like strength 22 the last time we fought the Lich to strength 25. I'm pretty sure you get 1 damage for every 2 strength points. So we've probably got like 1 or 2 more damage per hit. That's not much. Oh, we are also getting 8 attacks per round, so we've got our multiplier maxed out at level 34, I think. So that will help a little bit. We got another point of strength. Okay, so I think even numbers should have meant basically we get 13 damage from our strength, so 26 divided by 2, and our weapon probably adds... we can probably test it straight up. Well, you actually lose some damage. I say that, like... No, that's right. The math checks out. 26 divided by 2 is 13. You got 13 base damage for a not a monk, and then add in your weapon for... This is a 18 damage weapon with a bit of accuracy bonus. That sounds fair. So yeah, I think this is a good time to try the Lich again. We've got probably at least 2 more damage, 2 or 3 more damage per hit, which again might get multiplied by a enemy weakness multiplier. So instead of doing like 100 to 150 damage, maybe we can start seeing some 200s. And with a good enough luck, we would have killed the boss that one good run we had earlier. You know, like if I did like 900 or 900 to 1,000 damage that one time, we only need to do like 20% more than that. And maybe that extra attack, now that we're doing 8 attacks per round and doing a little bit more damage per hit, maybe slightly higher critical chance, I don't really know. Maybe a little bit higher evasion, you know, that might be enough. I'm going to try to talk myself into it. The victory music is playing. How long are we in? We're in 37 minutes already. Well, we're just going to go longer today. I don't want to have an episode where we literally made basically no progress. So, just bear with me. You know, you can probably see the length of the video on the YouTube menu underneath, right? You know how much further we've got to go. More than I do, anyway. But yeah, we're going to zip to the Lich again and try a couple more times. If I can't beat him this time, I will off-camera level grind even further, because clearly it wouldn't take me too long to get to like level 40 or something. I just don't want to do it on camera. We already did a little bit. That's fine, but you know, I've got well, the video. I mean, you know, you guys, probably not too many people like watching grinding for hours and hours. I like every episode to have some progress, so it feels like, you know, you can come to the next episode tomorrow and be like, so what's next? Another hour of grinding? No, now we're gonna go to the volcano or something, right? A little bit better than absolutely nothing. Also, exactly 500 HP. That's kind of that's a good fortune, right? Not being able to run from ogres, less fortunate. All right, so we're on floor 3, which means I'm gonna put down more saves just to save time more than anything, because the video length is getting long and I need to get out of here. Ooh, yeah, so you recover from sleep fairly quickly. That's good, at least. Alright, we can't run from these. We're doing pretty good damage to the Pisco Demons. I saw a 398 there. We are... I mean, against enemies that aren't bosses, we're killing them all in one hit, so... If it wasn't for the buffed stats, like, I know we can do 400 damage to the Lich. If it was an NES Lich, the Thief would have had no problem by now with this amount of damage. But, Dawn of Souls buffed him pretty good. Which is fair. It's definitely fair, but... we got a preemptive strike, which means we should get an automatic run. Whenever you get first strike, there's no % fail chance on the fleet. Unfortunately, Cockatrice... 3 rounds, no ability to escape. Okay, that was fortunate. We haven't actually had to load it on this adventure. So I've been putting lots of saves down just to be safe. Should have healed up before this fight. We're okay, we're okay. But I actually haven't had to save scum. This might be the blessed run, where we make it all the way through the Earth Cave without having to do any reloading, like a save scummer. Which is actually looking accurate, or maybe I'm forgetting one, but I feel like one way or the other, we have not had to save scum very much, or reload very much, to get here. So that's a good sign. Hey, some more of those rare orange ones. Cool. Sorry, I don't have time to kill you. Alright, this was a really good trip to the Lich. Alright, let's see if that holds true to the fight. We're 40 minutes in. That actually took like 3 minutes to get here. That's a world record. I've never been that fast. Alright, give me some good luck music. Sleeping at the inn while I find some good luck music. Let's try this one. No, that's still fun. I want like good luck. Good, yeah. Good luck music. Alright, and then don't want boss. There we go. Alright, fancy boss music from Final Fantasy 2. Okay, here we go. 174, pretty good start. 100, less good, so it's 270. About 370. 480. And sleep, not good. I might need to heal up, but I'll try to go a little bit further. We're about 600 or so, which is about halfway there. Hold misses! Oh, 200 damage. That's like 800, right? We got 400 to go. 150 to go, or 250 to go. One of those numbers. Should I heal? Should I just try to go first? Go. Oh, you know, we're like almost there. He missed the slow. Oh, that jerk. So healing wouldn't have mattered because we would have been stun locked one way or the other. Okay, we got this. That was so close, right? We had to be over 1,000 on that fight. 100 is not a good start. But we're up to 300 already. 400 and a bit. Say 550. 675. About 800. Got to heal up a little bit here. Please don't go to sleep. Please don't go to sleep. Thank you. So he's going to haste next, his next spell. So we can get some more damage in. Almost 1,000. Couple more hits. We're at 1,100. Like one good hit, we got him. No, don't! Yes, we got him, right? Yes! Okay, so there you go. Just a little bit more leveling up. I mean, that only took two tries at this level, so I may have level grinded a little bit further than was 100% necessary. But yeah, that was good. That was a good fight. So level 36 was pretty easy in my opinion. Level 29 was the one I started with. Whatever you guys were watching, you were paying attention, was definitely at the low end. So I would say somewhere between 29 and 36 is probably where it's appropriate levels for a solo thief. Unless you're really lucky. Like, I'm sure you can always do it at a low level if you've got the luck of the gods on your side. But anyway, the episode's already over length, so I gotta call it here. That actually took like 5 minutes total to get from the entrance to killing the Lich. So yeah, not bad, not bad. So, save file. Sure, it took 45 minutes in total, but the good run was blessed and we took him out real easy. So there you go. Alright, folks. Next time, well, it's probably time for the Ice Cave, which is going to be a lot like the Earth Cave. But then after that, then we get into the fun times. Well, the Castle of Ordeals, which is kind of like these. And then, no, we'll get the ribbon, it'll be fine. Alright, folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.